The Milwaukee Brewers find themselves on the brink of elimination after a crushing 8-4 defeat to the New York Mets in Game 1 of their National League wildcard series. A nightmarish fifth inning, marked by defensive blunders and missed opportunities, allowed the Mets to score 5 runs and seize control of the game, leaving the Brewers just one game away from ending their postseason journey. Playing in front of a packed home crowd of 40,022 at American Family Field, the Brewers got off to a promising start. They jumped out to a 2-run lead in the first inning, sending a wave of optimism through the stadium. However, their fortunes quickly shifted as the game progressed, leading to a rollercoaster of emotions for fans. Despite regaining the lead in the 4th inning, Milwaukee's defense and pitching faltered in the pivotal 5th, costing them the game. Early promise, then trouble for Freddie Peralta, Milwaukee's starter, looked sharp in the opening frame, striking out 2 batters in a 1-2-3 first inning. The Brewers' offense gave him immediate support, putting 2 runs on the board in the bottom half of the inning. However, Peralta's strong start was short-lived. In the 2nd inning, the Mets responded aggressively. Former Brewer Jesse Winker, who had endured a rocky stint with Milwaukee in 2023, delivered a critical 2-run triple that tied the game. Winker's emotional celebration, yelling and gesturing toward the Mets dugout, seemed to ignite tensions, as Brewers shortstop Willie Adames took issue with his former teammates' antics. While the confrontation didn't escalate, it added a layer of intensity to the game. Peralta recovered after the 2nd inning and retired the next 9 batters he faced, finishing with a solid stretch before being replaced by reliever Joel Payamps. But by then, the damage had already been done, and the Brewers found themselves in a tight contest. A glimmer of hope from Jackson Chourio on the offensive side, the Brewers saw a spark from their highly touted rookie, Jackson Chourio, who made his postseason debut at just 20 years and 204 days old. Chourio quickly made his presence known, singling in the 1st inning and later scoring a run. In the 4th inning, he delivered again with another single, driving in a run to tie the game at 3-3. In doing so, Chourio became the youngest player in MLB history to record multiple hits in his postseason debut, providing a rare bright spot for the Brewers on an otherwise tough night. Chourio's contributions extended beyond the plate, as he made a potentially game-changing defensive play in the top of the 5th. With Starling Marte at the plate, Chourio raced to the left field wall and made an impressive leaping catch, appearing to save a home run. His catch drew a roar from the crowd, and Payamps, on the mound at the time, pounded his chest in appreciation. The 5th inning collapse, however, just moments after Chourio's highlight reel catch, the Brewers' fortunes took a sharp turn. One batter later, Tyrone Taylor hit a line drive that Chourio misread, and the ball sailed over his head for a double. This misplay set the stage for the Mets' decisive 5-run rally. Joel Payamps, who had replaced Peralta in the 5th inning, struggled to contain the damage. After Chourio's miscue, Jose Iglesias hit a sharp grounder to first base, but Payamps failed to cover the bag in time, allowing Iglesias to reach safely. Rhys Hoskins made a diving stop to field the ball, but without Payamps covering first, Taylor scored from second base, putting the Mets ahead. The 5th inning unraveled quickly for Milwaukee from there. Aaron Ashby, who has battled back from left shoulder surgery to make the postseason roster, entered the game with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. Unfortunately for the Brewers, Ashby couldn't stop the Mets' momentum. Brandon Nimmo singled to load the bases, and Mark Vientos followed with a 2-run single to give the Mets a commanding lead. After Pete Alonso was intentionally walked, J.D. Martinez, pinch hitting, drove in 2 more runs with a single to right field, capping off the Mets' 5-run rally. By the time the inning ended, the Brewers found themselves trailing 8-4, a deficit from which they could not recover. Despite their best efforts, including a valiant performance by Bryce Terang, who collected 3 hits, including 2 doubles, it wasn't enough to dig out of the hole created by the defensive miscues and missed opportunities. A path forward, the loss marked Milwaukee's 6th consecutive postseason defeat, a streak dating back to 2021. For a team that has prided itself on resilience throughout the season, their postseason mantra of "Undaunted" will be put to the test as they face elimination in Game 2 on Wednesday. The Brewers now find themselves in a difficult position, needing to win 2 straight games to advance. Historically, teams that win Game 1 of the wild card series have gone on to win the series in 14 out of 16 instances. Milwaukee will need to buck the odds to keep their postseason hopes alive. Game 2 is scheduled for 6:38 p.m., and the Brewers will need a flawless performance to force a decisive Game 3. For Milwaukee, the mistakes in Game 1, Particularly the defensive lapses in the fifth inning were uncharacteristic for a team that has excelled defensively throughout the season. Joel Payamps' failure to cover first base and Jackson Chourio's misjudged fly ball were costly, and both will need to rebound quickly if the Brewers hope to extend their playoff run. As they prepare for Game 2, the Brewers know they can't afford any more missteps. With their backs against the wall, it's time for Milwaukee to prove that they truly are undaunted.